Cause one day every knee will bow. And every tongue in earth proclaim that you alone are God. You alone are God. And you reign. But listen, the kingdoms of this world shall be the kingdom. Y'all got it, it's real simple. Hey, where I need you to put
on radio, you can just log on to Glory 93.9 FM on YouTube or on Facebook, and you can join us live. Join us in the news live. Right here on Glory 93.9 FM. It's a great day, good day to be alive, great day. Thank God for life, health, and strength. It's a bit rainy. I don't know how it is in your neck of the woods. Definitely walked into rain as I got into the studio, and I did not like it. I'm here this morning also joined by my children. Hopefully they stay in the next room because both of them also don't feel well this morning. Well, actually, I think the next one, he don't feel well, but he know he don't feel well. And that's
Which one is?
that's Taffy David.
Okay.
David coughing. I think he don't know you don't feel well.
Okay.
But Dallas doesn't feel well, so they're here. So if you happen to hear a loud like noise, just kick through the door, guys. That'll be my job.
Okay.
That could be any one of them. But thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to In the News. What is In the News? This is your first time tuning in. This is a new show here on Glory 93.9 FM. We did a little test run a few months ago, started lighting in May, and then we took a break. And now we're back again. Now it's like
Guess who's back?
It's the official.
Back again.
That is the official the trailer. That was the trailer. Not the trailer. What do you call it? What is it called the first show?
The
pilot.
Yeah, the pilot.
So we had a pilot month. And now
whole month.
we had a whole month of pilot. And now we are
back.
Right, so
Let's see if executives will renew for season 3.
For season 3. So we had our first pilot run. Welcome to those who are logged on YouTube and Facebook. You can now see us.
Hi.
On Glory 93.9 FM. Let me try and get also. Let me try and get my instrumental ready, rock and rolling.
Oh, we got it back?
I know. I can say it now.
Okay. You guys are going to love the instrumental.
I ain't the same song, though. You got to find the same song again. All right.
Well, maybe we'll all love it.
So, new music.
Okay. New
music.
things.
New
Everything. New.
It played. There you go.
Okay. This one, I like this one. This is not bad. It was given Lil Maverick City in the beginning. It was a little slow music.
Slow comment.
Yeah, but I like it. I like it. Oh, boy.
Yeah, no, he's like, nope.
It's okay.
All right. He tried his best.
That's Grace.
So, no, that's it.
Really? I hear a little bit.
It's there in the background thing. For those who are listening via radio, thanks so much for tuning in. Here on the news, we go through our local dailies, the Nassau Guardian, and Ginelle has
the Tribune News Network.
There you go. There you go.
Oh,
okay, no, stop.
But you got to hold it in your hand and die. There we go.
Flatten table. Bang, there you go.
There we go.
All right, so we got our music in the background. Hope y'all can hear it.
Hey.
So welcome, guys, to In the News, Glory 93.9 FM, your favorite gospel station. So in the news this morning, as I grab my paper that is very, very thin.
Very thin. Very thin.
Best 7 pages.
Very thin. I'm a little sad about my headline this morning, but you can go first.
I'll go first. All right, so let me go first. My headline this morning is Grand Bahama Port Authority asserts its authority.
Yep.
So GBPA asserts its authority. Story here by Travis Cartwright Carroll.
Not gonna lie, this took them a little while to come back.
Yeah.
Because we read about the Prime Minister going in, and that was during our pilot.
They had to. I think they had to get their ducks in a row first. They make sure,
yeah.
Because you know what come back. I say anybody. I think the Progressive Liberal Party is probably the one of the parties that has the best set of lawyers and the best set of attorneys and all the KCs and who used to be QCs. I think whenever you come back at them,
yeah,
you must.
You gotta come
I told
with
everybody
facts.
the whole idea of them going after PLP politicians. It's like, they don't want the PLP to win, because when the PLP can go, they can make sure
Yeah.
everything is in the row. As we can see now with what's happening with Adrian Gibson and even his cousins.
You got to give it to them. They got their lawyers.
Even his cousins out here, like, let me tell you exactly what happened and what he said.
Singing like a canary.
Yeah, so when the PLP comes for you, they make sure they get all the files together. I mean, they are this the lawyer crew.
The lawyer crew,
this
yeah.
the lawyer crew. So the Grand Bahama Port Authority, story by Travis Scott Ray Carroll, he says they insist it is regulator for Freeport utilities. The Grand Bahama Port Authority yesterday fired back at Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis' assertion that the Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority is the regulator for the Grand Bahama Power Company and not the port. Oh, that's what they came back at. Oh, I thought they came back for this money that they owe us. Oh, they just talk about the Grand Bahama Port Authority.
Because remember,
I mean, sorry, Grand Bahama Power.
it was not last month. I think it was in May as well when the Prime Minister spoke in the House of Assembly, and he said that the Grand Bahama Power would be responsible for its own regulation because of some law that says that ERCA.
Supposed to regulate their power company as well.
Yeah, so to say that it wasn't under the GBPA.
Yeah. So they say our commitment to this role is steadfast, and we are currently before the Supreme Court to affirm our position. We are confident that the court will uphold our regulatory authority. Defending the Hawksbill Creek Agreement is vital for the benefit of our licenses and the residents of Freeport. The Grand Bahama Port Authority accused the government of bringing legislation to Parliament to circumvent the Hawksbill Creek Agreement. It is said that the agreement is cornerstone of Freeport's governance structure and granted GBPA the right and responsibility of regulating all utilities within the city of Freeport.
You gotta give it to the Prime Minister, though. This is very crafty because they had to find a loophole that would allow them to bring legislation to put that in.
Definitely.
So the fact that they're in the Supreme Court now means like no, they right. Like they really have a position to stand on, and they trying to fight it.
We thought this through.
That's so smart,
We
though.
definitely thought this through.
You have to give it to him, babe. That was crafty.
So now what I do want to say is I've heard some very bad reports coming out of Grand Bahama with power recently.
Yes, I can attest
So I
to
feel
the
like
same.
if that's the case, sure that we in control of the truth.
Only on the weekend, though. I ain't gonna lie. That might be petty.
So I was like,
Yeah, don't let the
I
Supreme
have
Court rule in our
never
favor.
heard this much power outages. I see it. I have my aunt and cousins that still live in Freeport, and they complaining constantly online. Power's out again. Power's out again. Make sure I charge all devices. I was like, oh, y'all welcome to Nassau.
Oh yeah, no. From my seat Thursday
Y'all
or
don't-
Friday,
y'all
they've
don't do
been
this?
they've been ruling.
And so I guess that's what's my headline for the Guardian.
Amen.
What you got for Tribune?
No solution to Valley Boys rift.
That's the headline of the Tribune. Wow.
This is very important,
That
and
is
it's so painful.
Headline news. No solution to the Valley Boys. That is anywhere close to the front of my paper.
That is important news. Junkanoo is the
six
cornerstone
months
of
away.
our culture.
And the main group, one of the most
One
winningest
of
groups.
the winningest groups. Oh man,
Wow. So that's front page news.
this the enemy, man. This the enemy. This the enemy. Causing
Okay.
separation. I want to hear no Saxons on the live. I don't want to hear it.
So, exactly. I tried to follow the story when it first came out. I'll try to get the sides because as a Valley boy myself, I am a Valley
Exactly.
boy. Now, which Valley boy am I? I ain't sure right now.
We can find out this
I
next.
don't know. I don't know who is who. I'm still trying to figure out. I know there's a little group of Valley boys I know that sit on that's not Mackey Street. That's Rossetti. No, not Rossetti though. But I sit right off from Mackey Street. That's the old boys that I know that have the Gus
Cooper.
Memorial stuff like that right there. And then I know there's another set of Valley boys who I saw on TV. It's like I know y'all too. So
Is this the separation?
there's the separation. So I know the Colebrook side and I know this next side over here. So I ain't quite sure exactly which Valley boy I am. I think I wait to see the first practice. I will see where the band go.
Yeah, I grew up with the band. I ain't gonna
I'm
lie.
gonna determine where it goes. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I grew up with the band.
who carried the music? Where the music?
Yeah.
Where the music guys?
Because you could always find girls.
Who in charge of the music?
Yeah.
Let me find out who in charge of the music. Like, which way did the band go? The band go on this side? The band go on that side? So I ain't trying to follow the
right.
actual, like, what happened. I heard that there were just, like, some things that happened that wasn't fair. That people didn't think were fair. They didn't have, like, proper elections of, like, positions and stuff like that. And things were just going awry. So I don't know exactly what the truth is, what really happened. Is it about the money? They always say all things always go back to the money. You got to follow the money, find out what happened to the money. I don't know.
This story...
Get together before December.
I agree, 1,000%. But this story seems to, like, kind of point to the fact of the second group, or because they're split now, they're both still going by Valley Boys.
I think one is world famous. I think one is the world
Famous Valley Boys, and one is just Valley Boys.
Just Valley Boys.
And it says that the original group, the chairman of the original group, is saying y'all need to find another name.
Yeah, but I think there's one that already trademarked, already registered Valley Boys.
Is that the original group?
No, I think that's the younger guys that I know.
That's petty.
I think they rented and registered already Valley Boys, so I don't think they could actually be called. That's why they doing world famous Valley Boys. So I'm it's getting dark.
Valley Boys, this is very embarrassing. We're supposed to be preparing.
This
Who in the shock?
we had thing up. So and that's the next thing. I think like the builders are the ones that would the original set. Like the older guys.
No, we need the builders too.
The older guys who are like the builders, like the strong builders, I think of the older guys. I think it's new. So it's gonna be very interesting.
All right, one family it is.
Oh, wow, that was a quick jump. Wow.
You know, I had a little hope, but the man.
That was a quick jump. Wow.
This seeming more and more discouraging as the moments come. I'll just never, you know.
I ain't quite sure who asks who does what. That's my food. I don't know who that is. That's why I don't know who that is. I don't know who and I'm not working. So yeah, I don't know exactly who is the who and where is the where.
Oh boy.
But I know John knew about 6 months, less than 6 months. And
our thoughts and prayers are with the Valley Boys during this time.
yeah, so I probably someone say I have volume low. Stir that volume up there. Not a problem. Stir it up. Turn it up.
I can't hear myself.
I have turned down. So I can turn this up.
Okay.
Y'all can let us know if the volume is better for those who are online. Music section. Oh, someone online says music section went to the Valley Boys under Trevor Davis. So I think that's the new people. I think Trevor Davis and Colebrook is the new set of people. So I think that's where the music section went. Oh. So now where the builders going? The builders going with the older
world
crew?
Famous?
With the world famous, or the builders stay? I don't know exactly.
This is confusion, and I don't like it.
Yeah, no, it's very confusion. And it's definitely not a good look, because it looks like we just can't get it together. Because first
we
quit.
get mad and quit. Like, come on,
we come back. We still ain't win. Had a good performance, got a good showing.
I don't care. I still feel like they cheat us.
No, I think one of we could have won. I can't remember which one it was, but I know one.
I think it was Boxing Day.
It was Boxing Day. We did look good at one point. Right now, it's too early now for another fall apart.
I guess I'm an aunt.
So anyway, that's leading the Tribune. the Tribune is very distraught over this.
I agree.
That
Tribune.
It made headline news.
I agree, Tribune.
It made headline news, and that's not even there anywhere in the Guardian. I'll check see if it made page 5 or 6 or something like that. The other stories that are on the front page, I saw this yesterday. This made the news as well. This is where the Royal Bahamas Police Force, they are responding to the statements made yesterday by the family members of Casey from Chicago, Illinois, and they said finding Casey a priority. Another story here by Travis Scott and Carroll. Police in New Providence said yesterday they are looking for Taylor Casey, the American woman who was reported missing on June 20th. The officers' diligent search efforts led to the discovery of Taylor's journal and the retrieval of her cell phone from nearby waters, police said in a statement. In addition, other personal effects have been found. However, her American passport has not been located. Casey, 41, from Chicago, Illinois, traveled to the Bahamas to attend the Savananda, there we say it, Ashram Yoga Retreat Center on Paradise Island. Employees from the retreat reported her missing after she failed to attend some classes. Immediately, officers from the Paradise Island Police Station and Marine Support Services were mobilized and commenced search efforts on both land and sea. And the story continues further in The Guardian on page 3.
Y'all sure this wasn't a plan to run away?
That's what some people are asserting as well, that maybe this because that's one thing, like, they found her belongings, but they can't find her passport.
Yeah.
So they found her phone, found other things.
I mean, nobody
about
walking
it.
around with their passport on them.
No. So I don't think it would be, like, on her. So you can't find passport. Did she leave?
Sis gone. And she just didn't want y'all to know. She gonna start a new life.
And then once again, it's like, is it sis or is it not sis?
Oh,
And that's a whole other thing that they're still trying to.
well, that can be the reason for running away.
Yeah.
Rebranding.
Yeah. So is it sis, is it he, or is it she? That part of it, I think they've sort of pushed under the rug and just not talk about it anymore. So I think they now, everybody, even our uses this to resolve to calling her she. But
Probably because they may be threatened to be sued. You know, Americans like sue.
yeah, it could be.
They quick to sue. So.
So yeah, so that's the second story for me on the Guardian.
Well, we've got safe from the storm. More than 30 Bahamians were airlifted home from Jamaica last night
Did see that.
in a Bahamas Air jet sent to evacuate residents threatened by Hurricane Beryl. The 35-member group, which included 33 Bahamians and 2 Caribbean nationals, an Anguillan and Turks and Caicos Islander, arrived in New Providence late on Tuesday night and was greeted by relatives and friends when they landed at the Lyndon Pinling International Airport after 9 p.m.
Shout outs to Bahamas government. Go and get our citizens.
Yeah.
Just in relations to that story, there's a picture here on the front page of the Guardian that shows the damages that happened in Bridgetown, Barbados, from the effects of Hurricane Beryl, and it's also said the Bahamians are prepared to assist storm-impacted nations, which is definitely something that we always do.
Yeah.
Like Caribbean countries usually come together, whoever's affected. Well, it also allows resources, stuff that they send aid and send help to other islands. So you have the Eastern Caribbean reeling from the impact of record-setting Hurricane Beryl in Jamaica, preparing for the storm. Prime Minister Philip Davis said yesterday the government of the Bahamas was ready to provide assistance to the impacted islands as soon as possible. So that's also on the front page of the Guardian. And my last front page story is Chamber says PM made right choice to intervene with task force. Once again, it's in regards to the officers going in army gear. and
No, this is big. This is big.
Gear, sorry, to collect the government funds.
This is big.
Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation President Timothy Ingram said yesterday the Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis made the right decision to direct the Revenue Collection Task Force to find a better way to carry out inspections at businesses without carrying armed law enforcement officers.
I mean, yeah.
So that terminology changes a lot.
What's that?
When you say that you're carrying out inspections, you don't say you can't do collections.
They were saying collections at first?
I found that they're going for collections. But Prime Minister said to carry out inspections. Am I inspecting or am I collecting? What exactly is the task force doing?
The communication line clearly had a little rift somewhere.
Because if I'm just going to inspect, like to see, let me see if you like up to date, then you definitely don't need the weapons.
You don't need to go there.
You don't need to go.
Your record's supposed to reflect that, and whatever you need, you email them and tell them, hi,
that
send
was
this
not
in.
there, a phone call could have definitely
Yeah,
rectified. So if it's if it's for inspection, I think.
And
definitely.
collections, you go in there to get $20,000 from these people?
Nice. I did see someone was defending it yesterday. I think that was Shanique Miller's show.
Okay.
This was a former. I don't think he's FM anymore. He's one now who was very adamant about that Dr. Minnis didn't when he's going to leave the after that.
This is the vice chairman.
Yeah, he was on last night, and he was talking about in the United States when you have when you don't pay taxes, this is how the IRS comes after you. It's like this is what the IRS do in the United States of America. Like they would send the task force and the guys with the weapons to come after you. I don't know how true that is. I don't remember ever hearing any stories like this. However, we're not the United States of America.
Agreed.
This is not something that we would normally do.
Agreed.
And so they still having trouble there. So let's turn it up some more. Say less. All right. So so they'll let us know if it's better. But I have never seen any like company, especially behaving company, where it's like we come in for some money and we are just going to bring defense force with guns.
And especially if in cases like this where you're coming to collect or inspect whatever the terminology is that they're supposed to be using, they should have been giving them notices, at least several notices, not just out there in the public to say, hey, make sure you compliant and up to date, but also to these individual businesses that you know you want to go to. Let them know, like, hi, we need you to be up to date, or you will be getting an impromptu visit from us. I mean, yeah, still, lessen the amount of people that show up.
I say it's like even
were
the
they given
impromptu.
notice?
Does the impromptu visit include guns?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like,
Does the impromptu visit need to be gun toting? Army people, because that's really what defense force is. Defense force is our army. So when you include the defense force in army,
you go to
fatigues,
fight.
yeah, no, you come to say, give me my money, or it's about to be bad for you. It's about to end really poorly for you. So I guess we wait to see. I don't know if it'll be as documented when the next set of collections go out. Hopefully it will. Hopefully they keep that same energy.
All it takes is one journalist to ask a question.
And are they asking the questions?
And yeah.
Are they asking the
You
questions?
got to set a reminder, man. This time next year to ask the questions.
Ask questions again. Tanika Dobson says that we do encourage the government, or not Tanika, this is actually from Timothy Ingram. We do encourage the government to look at other means available to them in various bits of legislation affecting the bodies involved, most of which provide for a robust legal framework for the government to go about collecting taxes. So hopefully they will use those measures. Anyway, I guess the terminology inspection and collection, they use them interchangeably, I guess.
It could have just been a trial run, say, let's see how they respond to this. Let's see how it works.
How the country responds to it.
All right. They didn't like this one.
All right, they can hear us now. Yeah, amen.
Or you know what, too? I think that they were also not expecting for the owners that did speak up to speak up the way that they did. Palmkey from the perspective of on the news, and then the CBS from this perspective.
I think CBS is social media first.
Social media and stuff, and not just like the Facebooks and other places, but like LinkedIn and all of that. So, and those are important spaces for the country's reputation,
right,
and all of that. So maybe they weren't expecting that. Like they were expecting them to just comply and honor how the government showed up in that moment. So, well, they didn't like it. Okay.
Yeah, so there was a Palmkey marketing director accused the team of being barbaric. And said guests were mortified and intimidated. The guests were mortified and intimidated.
That could be horrible for business too, though. So I understand why they went out and spoke up, because it's like, hello, you know the type of people are coming here.
Yeah, like these tourists who sitting out, who have a little house over here, and they're sitting out on the in the pool deck having a nice little
veranda,
having a nice little fruit punch, and all of a sudden, on a boat, they see a boat come docking in. Guys coming off with guns. It's like, what is happening?
Like, are we filming a movie? That's probably how they felt initially.
Could be, yeah. It's like, it's just like, what's happening?
In the Bahamas, this doesn't happen.
Nah, it is.
Ah, boy.
Any other stories? Because there ain't much inside these papers today. Anything else inside the Tribune?
Yeah, the Tribune. Well, on your story with Taylor, the person, yoga retreat criticized by friend of Casey. A close friend of missing American Taylor, Casey, said it appeared the leaders of the yoga retreat Miss Casey visited were struggling to keep a linear and cohesive narrative regarding her disappearance. NBC Chicago reported yesterday that Colette Seymour, Miss Casey's mother, alleged in a statement to the station that she had to beg to talk to people at Sivananda Ashram. That sounds like a spell.
Not you go with. I didn't try.
Yoga retreat Bahamas, who then appeared to share rehearsed information. The statement claimed the yoga retreat's lead manager recalled that 2 days before the 41-year-old's disappearance, an unidentified man with a walkie-talkie was seen walking near the area where Miss Casey went missing. What? Okay. And then we have not all downtown vendors happy since ports opening. This one is interesting.
Oh.
Downtown vendors are divided about the profitability of business since the Nassau Cruise Port opened in 2023, with cruise port vendors saying business has been good, while straw market vendors say tourists aren't buying their goods. The $300 million cruise port officially opened on May 26, 2023, and has several Bahamian restaurants, hair braiders, and vendor booths catering to cruise passengers. The Tribune visited the port yesterday. Several cruise passengers bought. Okay, yeah, blah blah.
I mean, that's something that you could see happening. I think we spoke about this earlier. I mean, when you have these kind of amazing ports,
From the announcement.
the idea is
From the announcement.
don't leave the port.
From the announcement that they were building it, they
Yeah.
were raising the money for it. You should have known that this was coming.
Yeah, because when you have anybody that be on a cruise, the idea really of that cruise destination is to get you not to leave the port.
Absolutely.
I don't want you going out. Don't go. Don't cross. Don't go past. Don't collect $200. You stay right in here. Visit the shops that we put in here. We put these shops in here for a reason. These shops in here, they out there too. But don't remember that. You stay in here, shop in here, go back on the boat. And
I still think it's a bit sad too, though, because the government was putting all of this money and allocating these resources to updating and renovating the straw market that they have on Bay Street for these persons to have better conditions, AC, and all of these different things. And then you turn around and you still allow the cruise port to move to the point of bringing in similar vendors into the cruise port to stop them from coming out. I feel like if we wanted to give them a lot of unique experiences, we could have done that in the port, but tell them like, hey, you get all of this, but this is contingent on you're not allowed to sell anything that straw vendors sell. You can't bring straw vendors in here.
So
Let them go out to the straw vendors.
But then that'll probably make the outside vendors mad too. The quote unquote Bay Street boys. If you don't, because I mean, like a
no,
lot
that's
of them
what I
have
mean.
shops
Like
in
the
there.
ones in the straw market. Like, so anybody that was in there, like, no, like these people need to go to the straw market. That way, government can still regulate it from the point of the straw market because they obviously have fees and information documentation on all of these persons who have stalls in there. And then you also could like coincide with the cruise port. So if anything happens, any mistakes, any mishaps or whatever, both environments are still controlled. One
Right.
by the cruise port, one by the government.
Yeah. Well, I think at the end of the day, most of these are designed. Like, I mean, you have to you just say what it is. Most of these are designed to keep wherever these visitors are in this particular area. We don't want you venturing out too far. And really, what they're saying is, we can't really trust you set over here.
Yeah.
Don't trust you set over here.
Yeah, we doing our own vetting.
We all stay right in here. We have made our selection. We have did our interviews. We realized these set here. We can trust them. So we keep these set in here. Everybody else, we can't vouch for them. And so y'all stay in here. So I definitely saw this coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, driving downtown, you don't see it. Like, I have opportunities to drive downtown, like, recently. Like, there's definitely traffic still up and down. So I don't know. I guess people.
But traffic is Bahamians too, though.
No, I mean, like, when I say traffic, I mean, like, the tourist traffic.
Okay.
And I assume they're tourists because anybody that's not of this color.
Claire.
I assume it's tourists.
And then and shorts and
And fatty packs.
and sunglasses.
You got a fatty pack. I just gonna assume you're a tourist.
Oh, yeah.
So the look of it, still, but I guess by the time they didn't come out of the cruise port, they probably didn't spend money. They probably already purchased something. So it's like, I ain't got the money for that, sis. It's like I like your little in the Bahamas Tommy shirt.
Yeah. Made in China.
Made in China. Come to the Bahamas with the Tommy Hilfiger sign. I like it, but I ain't getting the funds for it right now.
But then too, we also have to consider that with these stories as well, they kind of speak to 2 or 3 vendors. So, and in the not the cruise port, in the straw market, I think they have more than 20 vendors in there.
Sadly, I've not been in the cruise port yet.
No, I mean the straw market.
Oh, straw market, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think they have more than 20 vendors. So you
Oh, yeah.
also have that point. So you
Lot of
also
vendors.
have this point of where there could be 5 to 8 vendors that are not seeing the pull of tourism returning to the country that has nothing to do with the cruise port, but it's just the fact of maybe their presentation, maybe they're just not one of the lucky ones that's getting the people or
Is it
doing
that,
what it takes to drive up their
and also
sales.
can be that I've seen it, what you sell in 16 other stores before.
Yeah, that as well.
A lot of them
Sell the same thing.
So by the time I didn't get to you, I just
bought the same
right down
thing.
the road down there.
So that is also a possibility. That could be a thing, and I'm unclear as to what the story exactly would do, because the cruise port's not moving or adjusting the way that it operates for this.
Unless it gets to a point where like
The association itself.
everybody is complaining about this.
So let me see if they talk to them.
The association.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
All
Track this come again.
All right.
Track this came back in clear. Let's just get.
No, they spoke to individual managers of different stalls.
Right.
Wait, hold on. I see a picture here of the president of the Straw Business Person Society, Miss Rebecca Small. She's a really nice lady.
But they showed that for the sake they didn't say anything that she had anything to say about it.
I'm looking now. Margaret Turner, a straw vendor, has worked at the market for 45 years. She said removing the fence would make it easier for cruise passengers to flow into the market instead of going straight to the ship. She said her sales have been livable but could be better. Rebecca Small, president of the Straw Business Person Society, said vendors had contacted officials about the fence. She said she was told it would be removed but was not given a timeline. I feel like everybody needs to work in collaboration. She said the Ministry of Tourism needs to work along with the Straw Market Authority and the Ministry of Works. We're under the Ministry of Works. I feel that if there is a collaboration between all of these ministries in trying to advertise us, I think it possibly can be better. Ms. Small added that sales had been bad for her had not been bad for her despite the country's record. Oh, it had been bad despite the country's record-breaking cruise passenger arrivals. She said some tourists are still concerned about the country's crime rate.
Okay. We'll see the follow-up on these stories.
If there are.
I say that it does not happen. She needs to follow up on these stories because I think something like this, you definitely can keep going just to see as summer progresses, like how as this change, as we've seen some increase in sales, we've definitely something that we, as payments, we want to know, like, and then how are the other vendors? Because like I said, I've not been in the cruise port.
Oh, they ain't complaining.
I say like so other vendors, or even other vendors that are on the strip itself outside of the straw market, like how are their sales? Like the John Bulls and the other what we used to know as the Bay Street Boys. How are they faring during this time? Like, or do they have shops inside the thing? So they don't matter. They have little smaller shops that aren't in the cruise port.
I think to a certain extent there is an onus on the straw market vendors as well to kind of evolve with what they provide to. Like, things are constantly changing. Like, you sitting in, I guess you want to call it a business incubator with 15 to 20 people selling the exact same thing as you, with the exact same resources, with the exact same contacts and all of these things. You have to find a way to make people want to come just for you. What that looks like, I don't know, but you have to find a way to do that. So eventually you're going to have challenges like this. But if you have something that they want to get, tourists are allowed to leave the cruise port and they'll leave it for you.
Yeah, definitely.
But they won't leave for what they can find in there.
And it's, I like that. Like, how would they know?
Yeah.
How would they know?
How will they know? That's when you got to work with the taxi drivers and the tour operators and the persons in there.
That's usually what happens. What happens is I gotta give somebody a little tip, like, hey,
say, hey, bring them here.
When they come up there, they don't talk. Don't let them go. Like, let them come straight off there. You talk to somebody inside the port, working the cruise port. Get them a little something aside, but that's the way that little network works.
My only question would be, because I also have not visited as yet, would be how if they're also including the carvers in the cruise port itself, because I think that if they're not, that's worth going to the straw market for. The carvers that are usually on outside, they're amazing. Their work is absolutely stunning. And I think that could be something good and tangible for tourists to actually want to buy.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of them support those wood carvers. Because first, what they do, I think going on other cruise ports, you see them, but there's a lot of like generic stuff. But I think our guys, like, they really spend time in details of what it is that they do, and it's not like just generic. Part of the same thing over again. It's very unique. So I think I'm pretty sure there should be someone inside there. That's bad. I haven't been there yet though. Is it? Is it a reefer baby thing? So Should I feel bad for not going?
I mean,
No, I probably shouldn't be bad for not going.
not really. I want to visit some of the restaurants.
Yeah, I've heard of one that people been raving about. I definitely want to try inside there. I guess they're not really fussy. That's really for us. Like we should be going in there. Should we be going in there?
Yes, it's on Nassau.
It is on Nassau, but it's not designed for us. The whole idea is they will keep you out.
It's like Port Lucayo.
Which I've been the Port Lucayo.
It's like Port Lucayo.
Yeah. Other stories that are in the Guardian today. As I quickly go through, because I said there's not much in here today. It's very thin. Man on trial for alleged sexual assault for raping a schoolgirl when they were both teens. Prosecutor alleged that Skylar Sanders had sex with a 14-year-old against her will in September 2018 at a church. Sanders was arrested and charged in relation to the incident after the matter was reported in 2022. Sanders, who was 15 when the incident allegedly occurred, has pleaded not guilty to the charge of unlawful touch and cause at the trial before Justice Renee Mackey. He is free on $6,000 bail. He is represented by John Ferguson and Erica Ingram, and is the prosecutor. At 14 and 15, and is that because they have a man on trial for alleged sexual assault. He was not a man when this happened. I think they call that juvenile. So it's not. So this is a different. I don't know how this time thing works, because it said it happened in 2018. He was charged in 2022, which would have made him at the time 21, 19 from when this happened. So that's why I charged him as a man now, and not when the incident occurred. See, it's very confusing to me, like the whole time of this thing happening and how he's being charged. Because this happened from 2018, and the girl was 14, he was 15. I don't think it would be.
That would have been statutory.
That's statutory,
right? No,
because they're both underage.
So that means statutory because they're both underage.
Statutory would be usually like there's one person like above the age. If I stand to be corrected, if any legal minds out there, I think statutory is if the male or the other person is over 18 and have sex. That means like that's what I know statutory rape to be.
I thought when they're both underage as well, that is also considered.
I know what both underage should be.
Hold on, but you said she didn't consent. She claimed rape, or did she consent?
She claimed rape.
Oh, that's rape then.
At 14, but 14 and 15.
But 14 and 15
happened at a church. But he was arrested and charged in relation to the incident after it was reported in 2022. So it wasn't reported until 2022. But this happened in 2018. The story needs a little more detail, I think.
That's about 3-4 years.
That's 4 years. That's 4 years difference.
4 years afterwards.
4 years afterwards, yeah. Now, of course, like when the timeline, of course, in these instances, rape is rape. Whenever it happened,
absolutely.
But because now he's going to be charged as a man, because they said man on trial for sexual assault,
which is also kind of unfair.
Because at the time he's not a man; he was a juvenile,
a child.
You would not have, because right now they have his name in here. His name is Skylar Sanders. But at the time this happened, they wouldn't have said his name because he would have been a juvenile. So this story is has a lot of
4 years later.
Parts 4 years later. Because at the time when this happened, they would have not mentioned his name because he would have been a juvenile. He would have been 15. And she would have been 4. Okay, I guess we'll see if that story has more added to it. But he's currently now on bail. We'll see what happens next, that story. Other stories that are set in the paper, anything else left is really for national news. It's the editorial. There's a long story in here long article here from Arithia Kumalafe. Who's back at home with the FNM, but that happened since our pilot show. She's back to the FNM.
Hold on, did it officially come out as an announcement?
She was wearing a red shirt at the event.
First of all, I follow her on Facebook, and I have not seen any official announcement.
She was there at the FNM convention.
So this is nothing but an assumption.
In her red shirt. Someone tried to call. I don't know who tried to call. But I'm currently on air.
Wow.
Yeah, so I saw her she's in the red shirt. So I'm going to assume that she's back at the FNM.
Didn't we predict this though?
Yeah,
Can we have a conversation about this?
I think a conversation also that we wanted to see. I think there's a team that we wanted to see put together. She's trying to put together.
Yeah. And she was on the team?
And you want to see her on the team.
I believe y'all is be listening to our show.
I don't say that.
And finding strategies. It's okay. Just let us know when to send the bill.
Get no chance again, but so I think she might be back. But she did just a long article here, and I think it's in titled "Guns and Taxes, PLP Blockbuster Movie." That's what it's titled.
She's a very intelligent woman.
I think so. In the same week that the Progressive Liberal Party administration prepared to launch its general election campaign, while Bahamians continue to struggle to make ends meet, the Bahamas community was thrown into a state of pandemonium by the unprecedented actions of a special task force established by the government. That's in regards to showing guns, and then task force on the with guns. So that's it's a lengthy article, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty good. You can look at that in the Nassau Guardian. Also, letters to the editor. There's one here by Zephaniah Burrows. Heavy-handed and over the top. That's also a response to the tax collecting task force.
There's also another one in here. Can't pronounce the first name. Ingram.
Iron Bagel.
Government duty and tax compliance. Sensation is one of the strategies used in public relations to help your message be received. It reaches the part of the subconscious where emotion overpowers the facts or truth and feelings get in the way. So the facts are intentionally left out and everyone allows their heart to think for them. The recent strong government presence at a Bahamian establishment sparked public discussions. However, it's essential to understand that the government's role is not about being heavy-handed, but about ensuring tax compliance and investigating potential breaches of the law.
Nice.
Then there's a editorial here by Delton. D-roll.
D-roll?
D-roll.
D-roll?
D-roll.
Wow. Who's that? Who's that? Not by Delton at all.
Whoa!
That could be Devin. That could be Denzel. That could be Dwayne. That could be Ari.
Boy. There are two in particular. There's one in particular. If he said that he wrote it, I wouldn't be surprised.
All it says, that says D-roll.
It says D-roll.
What's the topic?
Is Junkanoo really driver of tourism?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. They ain't care that much.
None of my brothers care much about Junkanoo. They're talking about Junkanoo travel tourism. That's the Angelo rule. That's no one from family.
You know that ain't D'Angelo that.
That's another D'Angelo rule. I don't know what
D-roll.
That's why I got D'Angelo rule. Something like that.
I am not attacking Junkanoo, but trying to rationalize why this cultural expression is so energetic for us, and only until the visitor experiences physically here, they have absolutely disinterest. What? Although tourism hypes and uses Junkanoo in a major way to promote tourism. Yeah, the language is a little culturally.
There you go.
As a Bahamian expression, yes, fully endorse. What? Yeah, okay.
You can read up on that. Read D-roll statement. Definitely not related to us. In the tribute talking about Junkanoo and tourism. In world news, I see there's probably some protests happening in Kenya. They call for the president to step down. That's happening in world news.
Why is everybody doing this?
Yeah, hey, people are tired.
Don't get no ideas.
Central Bank in the business section as we get ready to wrap up today's show. In the business section, Central Bank hoping to compel banks to use and distribute sand dollar. Also, the external reserves are down for Central Bank of the Bahamas.
Uh-oh.
And also, tourism growth in May, economy strengthening. Hold on. So, Central Bank reports that tourism growth in May, and the economy is strengthening. And then after that, for the external reserves down in May. There's a temporary runway repairs at New Bight Airport as Western Air resumes flights. That was a story that happened on Monday or Sunday or last week, when Western Air was like, yeah, we ain't flying anymore.
Cat Island. Yeah.
Western Air was like, no.
I understand though.
It's like y'all destroying our plane with these potholes and stuff. Get them together. I also saw like articles concerning that people were like, talk to the Prime Minister. This is your island, sir. Please help us get together.
Yeah. And people that love out there Western Air. That's the only small island where Western Air used to actually fly their jet.
Yeah. Being there, I think Exo-May. Go Exo-May, not Swan Island.
Yeah, big boys.
I think that is. Oh no, there's a story here by. I almost said the song by Patrick Rabbing, Wine and Diner, Hook and Sawine. Patrick Rabbing says, "Thank you, Mr. Pintard." That's the topic here, and that's in the business section. Now that a politician has admitted that the way tourism statistics are reported may not give the public the whole story, perhaps we might all be more comfortable having an objective discussion about the fact that whether the minister appreciates it or not, the impact of the recent best year ever is not evident at the community level. This is a lengthy article too. Now the politician has admitted, they say they start holding again. What the community expects when it hears the glowing reports of records broken and surpassed expectations is a healthy, growing economy expressed by an easier economic life. The economy is about money. It does not matter how many customers walk by your shop. Your success depends on how many spend money in your business. According to tourismanalytics.com, the Bahamas recorded 7.773 million cruise visitors in 2023, and while their spending is not recorded by using the previous year's average spend, which is $70.63 per person, $70.63 per person, they would have spent around $550 million, while the 1.8 million stopover visitors using the same table should be $2,607 per person, would have spent around $4.8 billion, or roughly 9 times the cruise sector. In other words, the entire cruise sector could be replaced in income by just 206,000 additional stopovers. So this is a very interesting article here. Patrick Ramming saying that these numbers ain't really helping us. Y'all have these record years of how many cruise, how many visitors
That
coming
does make
in.
sense, though.
And we ain't seeing no benefit from this.
No, yeah, that is true, though. I
So,
like that.
Yeah, no, this apparently this was brought up by Michael Pintard in the house. So try to give us some real
He's
numbers
have
about
some
tourism.
intelligent stuff to say, but he just ain't he don't have bulldog in him.
That's what it is.
He don't have bulldog.
I tell you the way he says it, it's like, oh, that's a nice poem. the way he speaks, like it's so good. It's like, oh, that's a nice presentation.
Yes.
Yeah, like you clap and you clap, like you like hold on, like you're not. Like he doesn't have that aggression, man. That aggression to make you be like, hold on, yes, they doing something wrong. It's like, okay, all right, Mr. Pintard,
Yeah.
nice story you got there. But that's an excellent point. You can
'Cause
read
see,
more of that in the business section.
None of the
Guardian.
news really even carry that. And you say that was a letter? So that means Tribune, The Guardian, none of them even considered carrying that or reading up on that to say this could be a story. But
Yeah.
that is definitely a story.
Definitely a story. Let's look at the real numbers. Let's look at the real facts of what these quote unquote record breaking years mean to the country. What record are we breaking, and why are we not seeing any like the big financial? And these numbers that he used, which just happened probably in the analytics.com. What is it? Tourismanalytics.com. I've never heard them before of what they would assume. Like
They would probably do it based on what we record, like how we would
Yeah.
record that we have these stopover visits, and then they do an average based on what similar countries do. So like Grenada and Jamaica and all of them, and base their assumptions off that. And then what like our cost of living and how expensive it is over here.
so using that, like no, we need to see this money.
No, I agree though.
We ain't seeing this money.
That makes sense.
So you can read more of that in the business section of the Nassau Guardian. A story there by Patrick Ramming. What's Pat Ramming? Well-known Bahamian singer-songwriter and a very well-known architect in the country. I think he's the one that designed the NIB building on Blue Hill Road. And also known for when Baytown woman catch a fire. Even the devil ran. That's also what he's known for. Other news that's topping not topping, but ending the paper, because this is literally the last page of the paper, is our sports news, where the Bahamian basketball team won yesterday in their first game of competition.
Yay.
They defeated Finland 96-85. Shout outs to Buddy Heel and DeAndre Ayton, who are doing an amazing job for the Bahamas. Also, there's a young guy from, I think he's from Freeport. Is it Freeport? That's on the team as well. That is doing amazing. I think he's like only 18. That's doing an amazing job.
Good stuff.
on the team. I'm trying to see if I can find his name to say his name, but I don't see it, and it's escaping me at the time. Valdez Edgecombe, that's his name. Valdez Edgecombe, VJ, who just committed to Baylor University, and he's playing, and he's doing an amazing job. Only 18 years old, and he scored 20 points in the game yesterday. Also, we have 8 qualified for the Olympics through world rankings.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Sean Name Miller Weebo, who also is one of those. And the other American Bahamian athletes that are on their way to Paris.
I saw that Steven's not running this year.
I don't think he is. I think it's injury for him as well. I think.
Oh boy.
I don't know. We'll wait to see. I know we did lose another athlete, Anthony, who's actually she's one of those who were now in Jamaica. I saw they did a story on her, and she said she's going to stay there and ride out the storm. Because she's actually in Jamaica. I think actually the plane ride, for whatever injury is, like the plane ride is not good for her. So she's like, she just choose to stay there, so not exacerbate an injury. So I think that's it for news from me in the Guardian. Anything else sticking up there in the Tribune?
Yeah, I got this one story that's headlining the business section. Ex-PM's collusion charge on Dorian tax breaks abuse.
Is the business section attached to the front page? Oh boy!
Yep.
Oh,
like
like in the back. Oh boy!
In the back.
Yeah, ain't no news. That's the report.
Yeah, nothing. Because businesses be its own the paper.
Like, put that in the back.
Yep. Dr. Hubert Minnis told Tribune Business he is not satisfied with the explanations given by Customs after it largely confirmed his accusations that concessions designed to help Abaco and Grand Bahama recover from the devastating Category 5 storm were exploited by agents and importers hired by unsuspecting auto buyers to facilitate their vehicles' importation. Ralph Monroe, the customs comptroller, last Thursday revealed that the agency had recovered some $435,889 in due excess tax through the seizure of 30 high-end vehicles on New Providence and 2 other islands, only 4 autos, upon which $200,000 worth of taxes are remaining in its custody. Customs top official explained that these agents importers had exploited tax breaks provided under the Post-Dorian Special Economic Recovery Zone order to bring the vehicles in duty-free without telling their buyer clients.
Nice.
Instead, they themselves pocketed the money provided by their customers to pay the due excess tax and failed to remit the necessary sums to Customs and Public Treasury.
I like it. Call about.
You know how much people is doing that though? Yeah. Can we just say that?
But no matter.
Oh, come on.
That's fine. Let's get the solutions there.
Come on. How much people? I'm sure we all know at least one person that lives in Nassau that brought in stuff through Abaco or Grand Bahama because of their tax concessions.
I don't know anybody, man. That's the truth. Personally, I don't know nobody.
Really?
No.
Well, I know enough for the 2 of us.
And cause you have family who live in that area still, so you know.
It was never me. Let's make that clear. It was not me. It was not me. And anybody directly related to or in close proximity to me.
It was none of those.
None of those.
Yeah, no.
But these were people that I know.
I know. I've heard of people, but I didn't know anybody. I heard of people that were taking advantage of
the concessions.
The situation that was happening.
Especially with cars.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could bring in your car and you were going to pay
I didn't even know what was happening with
pay
cars.
for your car twice.
I know people was doing it like for construction stuff.
Oh no, people was definitely doing with cars, and they were.
I didn't even know there were cars that was concessions. I didn't
what? Yes, they were bringing in the cars and letting it sit in Grand Bahama for like 2 months, and then sending it over.
Wow.
And then the bill of sale.
You know the story. Like you know the story.
I tell you, I know.
There should have been a story, man. We should have reported on this.
Nobody wanted to talk about it.
Nobody had nothing to say.
How they gonna pimp out the people and they trying to get something too?
I know. I get business.
Ah, boy.
Anyway, guys, it's been a good show. So,
this has been a wonderful
we'll be here
show.
tomorrow. The paper's very thin today, but we all know what tomorrow represents here in the Bahamas. It is Newsday. Anytime there's no obituaries.
Hopefully that paper thin tomorrow too. Then we can celebrate that.
High Newsday. That's not a lot of persons didn't pass away.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.
boy.
But tomorrow is usually the prime day for Newsday in the country. That's when the obituaries come out. That's the majority of behemoths get paper, just to make sure, like they say, to make sure they're inside the obituaries. But until
Glory to God that you're getting the paper.
you're getting the paper, yeah. But until tomorrow, I'll be saying have a great glory-filled day. Keep it locked to Glory 93.9 FM. We'll be back here tomorrow again.
A day
And between the hours of 9:30 and 10:30. Definitely no later than 9:30.
No later than 9:39.
So stay tuned for End the News next time coming out your way tomorrow. But of course, on Glory 93.9 FM for the rest of the day, some great shows on the way for your life experience. With Pastor Dental, Life Worship Center comes your way in a few hours. Also, the Tony Evans, as well as Adventures in Odyssey, is also scheduled for today, along with the great, amazing music that we play throughout the day. So keep it locked right here at Glory 93.9 FM. Coming up next for you, we got some music in from Pastor Christopher Roberts featuring Pastor Therese Nixon. The song is called The Promised Land. So keep it locked right here at Glory 9. The Promised Land.
To the Promised Land.
To the Promised Land.
To the Promised Land.
Yeah, so we should sing it. We don't play it. We sing this off of them.
That's all I know.
Y'all keep it locked right here at Glory 93.9 FM, your favorite gospel station. I have been Delton.
And I've been Ginelle. Bye.
Y'all keep it locked right here in the Promised Land. That's Christopher Roberts. Glory 93.9 FM, your favorite gospel station.